Hello. How are you? Hey, Hannah Mo Miller, how are you, girl? Where are you today? Are you somewhere fun, I hope, on this Friday? Hey, Mr. Hijinks, how are you? Thanks for joining in on my scope. It's a great day. It's my Husker Lovin' hubby's birthday. We're gonna get our Christmas tree today, so it's gonna be fun, or full of just fun. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining in. So go ahead and just type in your name. I want to know the names of the people that are in this room, because sometimes your handles just don't tell me. I know Hannah's here, but who else is here? Oh, you're house sitting and working remotely. Excellent. There's a good view. Fantastic. Hey, Sabat. Is that how you say that? Sabat. Awesome. Thanks for joining in. I am scoping from Parker, Colorado. I live just a little bit southeast of the Denver area. And today I'm going to talk about getting hired as a millennial and as a leader. Sabat. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. And so I just wanted to give you a little bit of background. I am a coach for millennials. I work with folks who know that they have something big to offer and they just want to do it now. And I know that a lot of millennials have some amazing skill sets that they're bringing to the table, right? Whether it's through the education that you have or the experiences that you had. I know that millennials these days are well-traveled, they're well-educated, and they have experiences because, you know, you're doing so many amazing internships, externships, and just the amazing stuff that you do is really, really awesome. And so you are just definitely different, I think, than people were even 10, 15 years ago in your same situations. And so I reached out to one of my first bosses the other day. My first job out of college, I have a degree in speech communication, was at a credit union. I was hired as the training coordinator, and I had never been a trainer in my life. I had never touched money before in my life. I didn't know how to make a loan. I didn't know much about credit scores. It was all just kind of, you know, nebulous to me. But what I did know is that I loved people, I loved to speak, and I loved to help people be really successful. And so I went there and they had this really cool philosophy of hiring the smile and training the skill. And boy, howdy, am I excited that they did. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. I was there for about three years before I moved on to Arizona, and I worked there at a couple of other big credit unions. And it was just really cool. So I reached back out to Shelly Bardsley, and now she's the executive vice president. And I said, okay, Shelly, what do millennials need to know about getting hired? Yes, boy howdy, baby. And she and one of her coworkers joined me for an interview yesterday. You like my hair and my voice? Thank you, thank you. And I just said, lay it down. If you had anything to give to a millennial that would help them know what it would take to get hired as a leader, not even having, you know, ever had a job as an official manager or leader, what would you say? And I thought that the wisdom that they dropped was pretty awesome. And so are you ready? If you're ready, give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if you're ready to hear what an executive vice president of one of the largest credit unions and one of the most celebrated credit unions, there we go, I love it, had to say. She said her best advice, listen closely, was that you always do your best, no matter if you're getting paid for it or not, no matter if you have the title of leader or not. Because first, if you work really, really freaking hard, I mean, you just do the work because you love it and you want to do it, then if you're working for the right company, they're going to hire you as a leader, no doubt, because they know that no matter where you are, you show up. You show up with passion to do the job. You show up with passion for people. And they said, whatever the role, it doesn't matter. You just have to do that. So don't worry about if you have the title of leader or not. Be 100% on all the time. Thank you for the hearts. And so I said, okay, what else do they need to know? And they said, well, you got to know your strengths as a leader. And I said, okay, that's easier said than done for a lot of people. And I know if you coach with me, because I'm a coach for millennials, that's what we spend our first few sessions on, is what the hell are you great at, right? You've got to be, yes, thank you. You got to be engaged on 100% of the time, not just the days that you want. So they said, you got to know your strengths. And I said, so how do you really do that? And they said, well, there's a lot of different ways. It's doing a lot of reflection. It's a lot of asking other people, hey, what am I awesome at? Right? And there are things like the strengths profile. It says, give your boss the best. You're right, absolutely. But she said, you know, there are things like the Strengths Finder book. If you order that book on Amazon, it gives you a code where you can then go in online, take an assessment. It takes like 15 minutes, if that, and then it gives you an amazing profile, right? A PDF document that has all sorts of great information. And it's amazing because it nails what your strengths are. One of my strengths is as a learner. Another one is as a motivator and an inspirer, right? So you've got to know those strengths. Yes, it is fabulous. So go ahead, spend the $25 or whatever it is for the book, get that code, and oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Thank you for the comment about loving my energy, right? You've got to love what you do, right? People aren't going to remember what you say. They're going to remember how they felt when they were around you. You always recognize a leader by the pink in their hair. Amen, sister. Right? I had a lot of actually anxiety about putting pink in my hair because I was wondering, okay, what are people going to say? Are they going to take me seriously? And I said, you know what? If you don't like it, that's what I have to say, because I am myself. And if you want to be a leader, you have to be authentic, right? You don't just try to show up in a way that you think other people are going to like. You show up in a way that is 100% in alignment with your strengths, passions, talents, the things that you like to do. And, you know, if you've got a nose ring, you've got, you know, pink in your hair or whatever, that's not going to matter. People are going to follow your heart. What do you think? I know it to be true. Right? People always talk to me about the fact that, you know, gosh, when I was around, it just felt nice. Boy, howdy, and the bird in the in the same scope. What's the bird? I like that. I was wondering how much you make a year before taxes. Well, Erin, if you want to know that, go ahead and you can go out to my website, sarahjoes.com, and put in a request to talk to me, and I would be more than happy to share, because I work for myself 100% of the time, and I am doing what I love and doing, you know, doing great things. Yeah, the finger. Sometimes you have to. Ah, the bird, the middle finger. I'm a little bit slow sometimes on these things. So I have a couple of other things to share with you before I go. I'm going to actually, after this, I'm jumping on to do an interview with a gal who is doing an amazing program starting in a couple of weeks, and it's free. She's got over 21 speakers that are talking about living the life that you love. And so jump on over to my Facebook page. You can go to Sarah Jo Bonenkamp and you'll see some more information there, or you can follow me on Twitter. I literally just requested that answer. Nice. So as I was speaking with Shelly, she said that 73% of their employees are millennials. And so they absolutely have a lot of, experience working with millennials. But she said, you know what? If people don't care about people, right? If you don't have the heart to build relationships, she will never hire you as a leader. So if you're doing it for self-serving reasons, like it's going to look good on your resume, or you think that it's going to bring you dollars to your bank account, then don't even go there, right? Just go and do something else, like be a salesperson. I would love to have you on my radio show. Well, hit me up. Let's definitely talk about it. I would be totally game for that, because I'm passionate. I think that millennials get a really bad rap. And I think that if there are millennials out there that love to serve and that they are in alignment with mind, body, soul, everything, and they build relationships, man, the world needs more of that. The website again is sarahjoes.com, and it's Sarah with an H, and then Joes is just J-O-S. You can just go to the contact me button and we can definitely chat, or you can hit me up on Twitter or something like that at millcoach. So let's see what else she said. She said, definitely know your strengths. And she said, you've got to think of the culture. Ooh, I've got a good question. It says, what about if you're a millennial working under a leader who doesn't see your potential? Ooh, you know, there's a lot of that happens, right? There's just something that there's a barrier around. And I say that you just have to love harder. You have to get into their head. Why is there a block? And no matter what they think, you show up anyway. They just are going to, I don't think that, I mean, if you are radiating this love, they will get it. It just might take them a little bit longer. Or see how you can make some strategic alliances within that same organization. Get a cheerleader outside of your unit. And it's not going around. It's just called, I'm going to know that I'm going to build my network, right? Because your network is your net worth. And you might not have to end up working for the leader that you're working under right now. There could be something where you can make a lateral move, or, you know, an upward move outside of where you are. And so don't give up. Just keep showing up, being your awesome self. Feel like it's your job to understand what their block is, right? Ask them a lot of questions and then put on your huge listening ears, right? What's the emotion that's driving how they feel about you and the reason that they feel about you, right? If you can connect with that, then you can just be really authentic and say, hey, I'm feeling like this shit isn't jiving. What can we do, right? What can we do? You've got to look in the mirror first. Amen, right? If you're just pointing the fingers around and saying, they don't like me, and so I'm never going to get ahead, or that person's a jerk, you're never going to be a great leader. You've got to go from an inside out perspective. So know your strengths, show up and do the work 100% of the time, no matter what kind of role you have. And if you do that and you're in the right place, those doors are going to open for you. And so you might have to just get real with yourself and say, am I showing up every single day as a leader? If you are, there's going to be no worries. No worries at all. And put that intention out there. Speak it, feel it, write it. Say, this is the job that I want. This is the leader that I want to be. And then go out and just freaking do it, baby. So, what do you guys think? Good, bad, indifferent? Give me some hearts if you like it. If you like being strengths-based, if you like just loving on people, and if you like just building relationships, because if you do that, my God, you are going to be fantastic. So thank you. Awesome. Woohoo! Yeah, so go build some strong relationships today. Go and just be your authentic self and remember those strengths that are just yours and live them. Let other people see them. Don't worry about the shit that you don't have, those weaknesses or those, gaps. I don't care about that stuff. Go with what you were born to do. All right. So have a fabulous Friday. Follow me on Twitter. Go check out my website, sarahjoes.com.